Hi everybody, I'm Amy, and today I have a special, exciting guest with me, and his name's Elijah. We're really good friends, and actually kind of reversed. I'll be his guest. He's going to interview the council, and we've had a little chat this morning, so if we have any extra time, maybe he and I will chat about some of their messages at the end, but he has a list of questions, and I'm so excited to hear them. So what I'm going to do is just drop into the connection with the guides, and if this is your first time here, I do trance channeling where their voice comes through me, so they will be speaking through my voice. And Elijah will be having conversation and asking questions with them. So, okay, and he's on the phone, so... So, all right, friend, are you there? Can you hear me, and are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm good. I'm ready.
Awesome. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm just going to connect in. So one moment. Yes, we are here. Greetings to you all today on this very fine day, and welcome for this grand opportunity to transpire, to transfer, to come through the dimensional portals and into your reality here on the physical vessel here on the earth plane, and through our partner here, through her physical being. And so it is very nice to speak and to meet and to greet you in such a way, dear friend. And here we are to have a conversation, as it is. And so we are ready, and we are saying at this time to go ahead with any messages or questionings that you might have for us.
Okay, thank you for being here, Council Light. So, for my first question, I kind of wanted this interview to be centered around Starseeds and the Starseeded Ascension series, in which Amy is the co-author of these two extraordinary books that she helped channel. So I was wondering if you could give us some more insight into what exactly these books are, what their purpose was, and how the information was obtained.
Yes, very well, very well. So you see, we have been working with her for our realities through many experiences, which you may term lives, but there are many that are not in a physical vessel, you see. And there was an appropriate opportunity in this reality to come through, to make an acquaintance with her, but one would say more appropriately to say hello, as she remembers our agreements, as she remembers our connections, and who we are as her family in the skies, you see. So in this opportunity, as we perceive, she was having an awakening and a remembering and an understanding and many questions along the process. And in these conversations, there were questions that would benefit mankind. And so you see, it was a joint collaboration between many parties, including her friend Connie Parker, her star beings and guides of councils, and us here, you see. So that was the foundation and the reason, shall you say, the way that the first book, Messages from the Councils, came through. It was a journaling of sorts of their own experiences, many but not all of their experiences. And then from there, we were in direct communication at a conscious level with our partner here, with our channel. And from that experience, joining with Archangel Metatron, we were working together to bring forth information for the star beings and the light workers, earth beings as you call them, because the actual messages in activating the star seed can be applied to all, you see. Of course, for many it will mean more for them, but there are some messages and channelings that will activate their dormant DNA and bring them to the next space in their ascension process. So does this make a sense? And do you have any more questions about this topic here?
Yes, thank you. And that kind of leads into my next question. Can you go a bit more in-depth on what a starseed is, and do all starseeds have a council?
Yes, one moment please. There are two aspects here. We will begin with the first. A star seed is a code. It is a light frequency code, as we are showing the channel once again. It's a little frequency that looks like an egg, perhaps, or a seed, and it is glowing, it is emanating, it is a coded frequency of light, as you will. You may say it is a programming, but it is not one that is outside of your control. No, you see, it holds within it codes, genetic DNA, activations of the star being, and memories of their lifetimes on and off of the planet, you see. So every star being who is seeded has a different frequency and a different code, you see. Some of the communities, some of the families will have a similar frequency, but it is the light that comes in through these seeds. It is activated and brightened and enlightened as the human mind and the genomes within the human vessel begin to ascend and regulate, you see. We say ascend and descend and regulate because they go up and down until they reach a point of stability within the physical vessel, within the consciousness of the star being, dear one. So you have the star-seeded frequencies, which is a seed, a code of light within the star being. And the star being is a different aspect, you see. The star being would be one who is coming to the earth plane to have an experience and to incarnate or not to incarnate in the physical body, because there are many star beings around the earth at this time. Many that are not in a physical body, but they're residing in the ethers, watching, maintaining, observing, and taking care of their personages here upon the vessel, the physical vessel of Gaia, you see. So there are two aspects here, absolutely. And does this answer your question, or are we missing any key elements, dear one?
No, that was great. That was perfect. And so do all starseeds have a council?
Many do. It is their choosing and their desires. There are some that may not. This is very, shall we say, not common. But there are many star beings who come in a physical body into the human vessel, do acquire and request to have support on the other side, you see. We are like her family, we are her council. There is no hierarchy here, you see. So it is a very kind, very gracious greeting to meet one another in such a way and to help the success, to help the star being succeed on their mission, on their path here in life.
Yes. Okay, so, let me look. Okay, so would you have any advice for the newly awakened starseed who may be feeling a bit depressed because they miss their home, what Earth may not feel like?
Yes, dear one, this is common for all. This is common experience for many of the star beings, even prior to their awakening symptoms, you see. And we say you are missing and you are longing for another aspect of yourself, for a piece of your soul vibration that you have thus forgotten about, perhaps, but it is there. It is eternal. It is always there. The energy is with you, you see. So, the appropriate reaction, the appropriate steps to take to gain enlightenment, meaning to connect with your soul, you see, and have that awareness and that love and that enlightenment, would be to connect in with your own frequency through the stars, through the waves and the codes that come through the stars at night, to connect in with your own frequencies through your heart space, dear one, and through your solar plexus, dear one. So through all the aspects of the inner being, here we are. You may do this through meditation. You may do this through journaling and writing. You may do this through expression in the art forms and in the dancing. Any movement that helps you feel alive, that helps you feel at peace and enjoy and in oneness is helping you to come into a wholeness and into an awareness of who you truly are at your core, who you are at your soul frequency. And we say, if you sit amongst the stars at the night time and reach with your consciousness above and let that frequency wash over you, you will remember. And there may be a pain of remorse, and there may be a pain of sorrow, because you see, you would feel that you are separated. But we say, we are here. It is only a journey in time that you are experiencing here on the earth vessel. And when you separate from your earthly frequencies, when you separate from the physical reality at the end of your mission, at the end of this stage in consciousness, and observe from the stations in the skies your experiences that you once had here on the plains, you will do so in either joy and elation or sorrow and disgrace, you see. And this disgrace would be one that would only come from your own experience within, your own awareness and your own perspective. So we say, enjoy the reality here and know that there is more than this moment. And while you are here, anticipate it like a journey through time, like a mission for a moment, and for many like a vacation, you see, because you create your realities, and your reality is an aspect of the perception that you perceive from the world around you. So if you are coming into an awareness that something is not working for you, it is in direct contrast to your life path and mission. And we say, rather than being bogged down in a lower frequency of remorse or sorrow or desperation or despair, we say, approach it with a joyful heart, because you are now being guided, you see. You now have an opportunity to understand that there is a contrasting frequency in your reality and in your perception that is pressing against your timeline. It is not appropriate for your desires. And we say, when this comes to you, take the opportunity in the awareness and take hold and switch your reality, dear one. Release it from your consciousness, separate from it physically, and move forward in another direction here. But we are with you always, and the star beings who do have their councils can reach to them, and at any time all may reach to a star collection, but we say it'd be more appropriate to first reach to an archangel realm if you are not a star seed yourself, if you are not a star child yourself, because the archangel realm is working in tandem, and they do have a special coded frequency within their own experience and reality. And these star-seeded realm and the archangel realms are working together. However, the archangel realms are working closer to the Godhead, would you say, and their light shines a different frequency, and they have more power, if you will, more authority over some of the inner workings on the earth plane, some of the comings and the goings of the spiritual nature, you see. So for your best and most appropriate connection, we say work with the archangels, and then if you choose to work with the star beings. But many who will hear this channeling will question and wonder if they are a star being or not. So we say meditation, reach for the love within, find that aspect that brings you joy and opens the heart frequency. You will have memories and flashbacks, and your codes will activate and ignite. And the more you find the frequency that's in resonance with your soul alignment, the quicker, we shall say, and the more appropriate, meaning the more in fluid and with ease will you remember. So that is why we channel through activating the star seed. That is one of the reasons, or the benefits, shall you say, of tuning in with the channel and connecting with other star beings here in your reality. It will innately activate your frequencies. You will feel at home, and while many of you may be purging, you will eventually end up finding the truth and the light of who you are, and that is where the love is, and that is where the joy and the comfort resides, dear one. Very well. Shall we move to another topic?
Yes. Thank you for that beautiful answer. So back to the book for a second. Messages from the councils, Connie and Amy both talk about their higher selves and the different names that were given to them by their council. Can you talk a bit about on what our higher self is and how we can get the information regarding this aspects of ourselves similar to how they did?
Yes, if one would wish and desire, they may go into an altered state of consciousness, one that you may receive through hypnotherapy or meditation, dear one. There is an aspect of the soul that resides in the higher realms, if you will. There is an aspect of the soul that stretches through dimensions in time to be in the physical body. You are not separated, really, you are not from your higher self. But what happens is the connection becomes constricted or ignored and dormant. So if one would like to recall the higher self, which is in all reality their fullness of who they are at their very core nature, then to shed the inner workings, to shed the programming and the perceptions of the earth reality, to reach and to pop through the interdimensional codes as we are showing the channel. These look to us to be waves in your reality, walls, we shall say. They are waves. They are surfaces around you that you can push through. When you expand your aura and activate the Merkaba through activating the heart center and relating it with the gut and the third eye, you can ascend in a way where you will see and remember and connect in with your higher self. So all of mankind has a higher self, and the difference for the star being is that they will remember their experiences on and off of the planet Earth, and they will say, well, this is a very interesting experience. Here we are in a reality that is not familiar. I do not recall any space and time on this physical vessel of Earth, of Gaia, that looks like this at all. And we say, because you were on another reality, you are in a star, you are on another parallel universe or galaxy, you see, another planetary system, and this is how it will become unique for the star being. And there are the earth angels incarnate and other ascended master frequencies with you at this time, and they will have their own awareness as they remember and recall the truth of who they are and their soul lineage, dear ones. So yes, indeed. Thank you very much for that beautiful question.
Thank you for the answer. And so with the second book, Activating the Starseed, it feels kind of more like a reference book because it goes into such deep topics, like keeping your energetic body clean, how the energy body works and operates, but it also includes meditations that bring forth activations from higher realms. Can you talk a bit about that and how these meditations or activations work?
Yes, very well, because you see, we wanted to explain some of the process to those who are wondering, what is this all about and how do I achieve my desires? And so we explained much of the process, but you see, in alignment with the linear understanding, there must be a frequency, and if one is not to align with their own frequency, then aligning with that of an ascended master, of an archangel or a star being will help them on their way. So many of the meditations are designed to do this, to align them with another frequency or a remembrance of who they are, and to work through the various energetic centers and portals within their reality. You term these the chakras, and as we do so, you see that the system is upgraded. The physical body goes through a shift. It goes through an interchange where the codes are flipped and turned on, some off, some on, but mostly on, we say, so that you can live and be in the reality of who you really are at your core nature. Who did you design yourselves to be? Because you see, through time, there have been many beings on and off of your shores who have messed with the genetics, who have messed with the DNA codings, and it is time to reignite these lost memories, to turn back on these frequencies that were lost, or shall you say, turned off. And we are in a very grand space and time here on this beautiful planet Earth, where the frequencies of all and the frequencies of the universe and the space and time is supporting those who would like to achieve this remembrance, because the energy around you here in this time and space is supportive of the turning on of these genomes, of these codes, of these activations of the DNA and the soul frequency. So both the physical and the spiritual, you see. So this book, shall you call it, the channeled messages, the frequency and vibration will ignite a remembrance and a shift within one. And we say for many it can be a very beautiful transition. For others it might be challenging as they are releasing from their reality that which is not in the highest vibrational alignment, nor is it in alignment with their soul frequency or timeline, their path, their highest mission and purpose. Do you understand, dear one?
Yes, thank you.
Very well.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
So now for my next question, in both books there's a lot of talks about past lives, reincarnation, and all that fun stuff. Do you find it necessary to always seek out information about one's past life? Or do you find it is only necessary when it's affecting the quality of present-day life?
Yes, exactly, dear one. No, it is not always necessary because what is the purpose? What is the point? So many of your realities are already here merged within your core frequency, within your soul, of course. If there are any where you are fragmented or is there something left behind to be resolved, then often in the process of awakening and receiving the fullness of who you are, these experiences must be addressed. And to do so, past life frequencies may come through a regression or through a memory in waking state or through meditation. And in this process, one reclaims the wholeness and the fullness of who they are, and they can also fix, shall we say, any misalignments within their soul frequency, the cellular structure, the structure of the soul, the inner workings can be resolved and healed, you see. And these would be the moments in time when we would say past life regression could be healing and supportive in such a way. But you also see, as in our case, many can reach their reality of who they are and why are they here in this experience on time. What are their grandest purposes and missions through these acquaintances of their spiritual team, and recalling and remembering their past life frequencies. Because in the case of our channel, when the frequencies began coming through her, her instructors did not understand where they were coming from because she was in a course to work with the earth frequencies. However, her highest alignment and her highest timeline, choice and desire was to work in this reality with her soul frequencies and with the frequencies of the star realms, with her ancestors, dear one. So her ancestral codes, those star frequencies, were coming through in classes, in the coursework, and her instructors were questioning. They did not understand. This was a grand experience. It led her to seek within herself, what is this frequency? What is this DNA coding that is coming through? And in that process, she had many flashbacks of time off of Earth. These were the first understandings for her. From there, she went forward and had the past life regression and the life between life regression techniques performed with her. In these experiences, many of the pieces were filled in, and she saw a beautiful and very emotional time in space where she worked with energies to protect her people in the past from dark forces. These frequencies are hers, and they are working with her now in this reality. This was the first understanding and the first recollection and memory in this physical vessel for her. And it took place in a regression, and the memories and the information came from another time and place off of the planet Earth, you see. So they are very... these experiences are very important for ones who are seeking their path and reaching for their tools or their strengths through time to pull those realities into their cognitive awareness. This gives support and this gives freedom to the starseed who is in the human vessel, dear one. Do you understand? And are there any questions?
Yes, that was great. Thank you. So... now, I've talked to Amy personally about this, and it's going back to a bit about the starseeds and star children. But I found the information valuable for others to possibly know as well. Are star children the same as starseeds? I've heard both teams termed separately, but wasn't sure if they were used to describe the same, I guess you might say, essence. In other words, can a soul that has lived on other planets or dimensions incarnate here on Earth, but also not necessarily be seeded with the genetic coding that makes one a starseed?
Very good, very good. This is a deep topic, and we are glad that you bring this up, you see. So, star beings, there are many from different realms and frequencies who may come around and gather near Earth. When there is a takeover, this is a star being who is not of the highest frequency, who would come into a physical body, possession, shall you say, or an influence, shall you say. Not all star beings are enlightened. These star beings who would be around in such a way would not have the coded frequency of the star seed that we are speaking of. Now, they may have their own coded frequency. We are speaking of a light that is true, that is just, and that is here for humanity's advancement. One that is appropriate and that respects the sovereignty of each individual soul and nation. So this is the star-seeded frequency that we are speaking of, and we have carriers of this light, as we are calling it. These are the star children or the star beings, and many call them the star seeds, you see. So there is an overlaying of understanding, but we are saying there are many ETs, if you will, many alien properties and spiritual acquaintances. We are not even going into the term of the soul. We are just speaking of frequencies from other spaces in time that are not originated in the planet or around Gaia, that are here to cause havoc and strife and grief. And they are lower frequencies. They are nothing that we would like to consider to even be a part of our reality and our community, you see. They are not a part of our collection of these beings who are here from the stars, who are working with mankind. They would seek to enslave you, and we are seeking to empower you, to empower the human, you see. So there are many interdimensional realities and frequencies and consciousnesses around and off of your planet. And so the star seed that we speak of is one that is here in alignment. You may say that is a part of the Federation of Light. They are aware of it. This is a federation which many are aware of, but it goes beyond that. This is something that does not have to have a label of boundaries. If you are vibrating in a high frequency and you are here for a mission and a purpose to bring light to mankind and advancement to the human vessel, then you would have an opportunity to pull in and hold this star seed. But not all beings hold a seed. So there are different, how shall we say, properties and elements, but the wording on your planet sometimes gets crossed and is sometimes used inappropriately, although we will say that yes, while there are some in your system here, we are showing the channel. There are some in your governments and on your platforms of social media and in the communities who are leading others astray because they are communicating with lower vibrational astral energies, masquerading as star beings of the light. We are saying that there are many who are working appropriately with the Federation of Light, who are working appropriately with the archangels and ascended masters, and you will know them by the frequency that they hold and the messages that they share and how does it feel in your heart. Do not be led away, do not be led astray by buzzwords, by regurgitation, do not be led astray by these things that are coming and going. How shall we say? The things in life, in your reality, that are a fad or a phase. You will know the truth and the light of who you are communicating with by the love that you feel in your heart, dear one. And there are opportunities for many to communicate with the light or those who are not of the light. And we say we encourage all to release toxicity, vibrations and entities from their field that are not of their soul sovereignty, who are not supportive to them, dear ones. So this is an inner journey, and this is one that you must understand and heed all upon your own cognitive awareness, heart space activations, and awareness in the gut, you see. So this is a topic that could be discussed in a deeper way, but we are ready to move on. Does this answer your question, dear one?
Yes, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
So a bit ago you were talking about Gaia, and the books also stress the importance of how we are all needed for the healing of Gaia at this time. Can you talk a bit about that and how we can all contribute in a beneficial way?
Yes, dear one, because she has been ravaged and abused by man's warrings over time. And we are asking the light workers of all dimensional frequencies, of all realms, may it be those who are associating with the fairies, the mer people, the star people, the angelic realm, and others who are here for a mission and a cause, to remember why they are here and to hold the light and the love within their heart, dear one. As you remit a frequency of light and love, you are healing the damage that has been done to the energetic codings on Gaia. This is all about the energetic spiritual aspect. You are anchoring the light of the love of the divine here back onto to the earth, to the heaven on the earth you see. And in your own inner workings, there are many who are also taking upon themselves the calling and desire to assist Gaia and mankind through the physicality of the environment and working with nature. And so they are already bringing along advanced technologies to clean and heal the environment and nature. But you are overlooking, at this space and time, many are overlooking, especially in the United States of the Americas, overlooking themselves, you see, the physical vessel, the safety and security that is found within a wholeness of the foods and the fruit that you ingest. There are many toxicities within the food chain. Here, many of these properties, we are calling them, are not appropriate. They are not natural. They are not true foods. Many of these ingestibles are not true foods that the human population is acquiring into their bodies. So we are saying that to heal Gaia, to heal Earth, there are many aspects, and one is to heal yourself. Eat appropriately, ingest the light through meditation and activations. Be conscious of the environment, and also spending and spreading your light frequency, your currency of love on a daily to those around you. And if you are one who does not venture out into public, sit in a quiet meditation and send love to your community. You do not need to be in the space to share the light and to emit this frequency, this golden frequency of light and love, dear one. Do you understand? And are we ready for the next topic?
Yes, thank you. Okay, so the next topic I wanted to be kind of focused on the aura. Because again, in the book, it goes, in Awakening the Starseed, it goes really in depth on the aura, the energetic body, and all of this stuff. So most people think it's just the color around the body, but in the book, it's discussed how there are actually several layers of the auric field. So can you explain a bit about what this means and the steps everyone can take to keep our own aura clean and healthy?
Yes, very well, very well. Yes, there are 33 levels of the auric field that we are aware of, or that we work with, you see. But here in the physical reality, we are limiting, or we are focusing it upon 7 at this time. There are 7 layers to the auric field, and these are dimensional frequencies of which you reside. It is like a capsule with many dimensional aspects and properties that sit within them. The color that one sees is actually flexible and can be flowing and changing based upon the properties and the emotional state of consciousness that one is at any time. When they speak of the indigo children, it is because they are in their space of soul frequency and alignment. They are at peace. And their prominent frequency that they emit is the indigo frequency, you see. When someone who is clairvoyant and claircognizant combines and designs those clair gifts to read the color palette of an aura, they may see many rainbow frequencies. And if they were to tune into the most the strongest color, then they can see the color, and the color is indicative of the chakra that human soul, that soul in the human form, we will say the human soul is functioning from. Because you see, we are going to share with you that many star beings are already activated to the frequency of indigo and violet. Many are already activated to the frequency of gold. And so if you see some of the other colors and perspectives around these beings, they are then thus living and focusing from a space that is more tied to the earth realm, to the lower chakra points. So if you see the colors of red and orange and yellow around one, they are working through those levels at a soul space, you see, unless they got pulled back in. But this does not happen very often. We are feeling confident to say that the star beings activate and their light shines from the frequencies that are higher, of the heart on up. So the greens, the indigos, the purples, the magentas, and the golds, and it can flow back and forth. But you have the other layers of the auric field, and we would anticipate that those who are interested would thus look forward to researching and studying in a linear nature, and also in a quantum way, in a quantum experience through their own meditations, to sense and perceive and feel the levels of their aura, you see. Our being here, our friend in spirit, our channel of light here, her aura is expanded and stretched at such great lengths in this moment in time, so that we could come through, you see. She separates and releases, and then we come in. But there are many levels to the aura, and many can feel them in their own energetic properties, how shall we say. Many can feel their own levels and others' levels of the aura when they tune in with the palm chakra or the third eye. Does this answer the question, dear one?
Yes, yeah, that was perfect. Thank you. So I actually wanted to kind of tie this question into a bit about what you were talking about earlier, and how taking care of Gaia also means just nourishing and taking care of our own well-being and our own health and watching what we eat. I imagine that's also a part of keeping our own aura clean. So do you guys kind of have any input on, because I mean, we live in a society that kind of just bombards us with all these new diets, all these new ways of eating, whether it's veganism, paleo, just so much different ways. Would you agree that it's kind of different to each person's body, depending on what they need?
Yes, dear one. Even their body may have a different desire than their consciousness. Many are working through training the body to match the consciousness, and some are failing, some are succeeding. But the genetic makeup of where you are, your genetic properties from the physical aspect, where is your lineage from, has a lot to say about the codings and the desires of the physical body for the intake and ingestion of fuel, frequency, and nutrients. And so there is no judgment upon which diet we shall say you seek out, or which works more appropriate for the physical vessel that you are incarnating and working with in this time and space. But we are saying to best make it whole, best to make the food choices real, to separate and release from your acceptance genetically modified ingredients, to release from your acceptance concentrated sugars, dear one, to release from your acceptance the artificial flavorings and colors, dear ones. There are many aspects, there are many beautiful properties that may be ingested and that are palatable, that are natural, that grow freely in the ground. And this is what we are encouraging one to focus on, you see. And we are not saying to be ever so strict where you cannot maintain. You may have a bit of this there and there, but you understand we are saying over time, for the appropriateness and for those who are activating, it is to their benefit to seek these whole grains or fruits or organic meats if they are going to. Ones that are clean, fresh, pure, that had a good life, that hold a high frequency, that are blessed and that have received gratitude, dear one. Does this assist you with the question?
Yes, thank you for that. That was great. So this is actually this is my last question, but it's a bit more on the energetic body. You talk, or Amy talks about starseeds. She talks about lower frequencies, but not only that, she talks about the different types of stagnant energies that can be stored in the aura. This can range from imprints, cords, past life influences, and even soul contracts. But can you give us some insight onto how some of these imprints or some of these stagnant energies can be stored and how we can avoid them?
Yes, we just released one for those who will see the video from the channel. There was an imprint along the back of her chakras that was projected her way by somebody that she trusted at one point in time to have her highest intentions at heart. But a negative thought towards her came and it embedded in her system. So you see, when you become aware of energy and how the reality and the frequencies are directed and how the energy works in your reality and all realities especially, you will understand the importance of your thoughts and spoken words and your emotional state of being. If one projects something onto another, it can be lodged into their chakras or into their auric field if they are open to receiving. You may find that you'll become open to receiving if it is somebody you trusted or that you are close to, or if your system is weakened and theirs is stronger, they can invade your frequency. And it can hold you back if it begins to grow or weigh you down, you see. So anything thrown your way or projected your way can be lodged. And this could be a projection or an imprint, if you will, but more like a projection trapped in your system. If you just release it with light, you can let it go. It is very easy for a star being to release these experiences that are projected at them. They can also release cords very beautifully, and they can also clear out how shall we say, programming that was not always their own, any programming from the mass consciousness, the collective consciousness, that are their community and families, you see, because in the process of remembering who you are, you will be releasing these programmings. So there are many aspects of energies that can be lodged in. You may do this through meditation, by asking a higher power to assist you. The archangels are very good indeed for this. Also through visualization and directing the energy out of your system and filling the space with light, dear one. Does this help you? Were there any more specifics of this question you had?
No, that was great. Yeah. I was just wondering about exactly what you talked about, how we could, release these different imprints, cords, and past life influences.
Yes.
So that was perfect. Thank you.
Yes, dear one. And there are many other ways, but these are the ones we are speaking of, indeed.
Okay. Well, yeah, so that was my last question. So is there maybe anything else maybe a message for the collective that you guys would like to share before we close off?
Yes, dear one, and this is for the channel too, you see. Proceed forward with the love in your heart. Your heart frequency is your guiding compass. It is leading the way. You will know you are on your life path, purpose, mission, and in alignment with who you truly are, and in alignment with your choices and desires when you have a free, expansive heart that is full and seeks joy for you and those in your life and those who are not in your life, for the stranger. Because you see, we are all uniting and we are all connecting, and we say if there is any experience in your life that is bringing you strife, to send a prayer to it, shall you say, to send peace for it, shall you say, to send love to the experience. But you may not need to, and we are not encouraging you to get involved in poke and pry into the realities of those who are not ready or prepared or where you are feeling they shall be. If you see one in need, send them love and call the angels or their team to be in and be with them, and then you shall go on your merry way, because there are many at this space and time who are taking on the ailments and the karma and the responsibility of others in their lives, dear ones. And we are saying, while you are here to support one another, you are not here to bear the burden of all. You are not here to carry the weight of others and to hold on to their karmic frequencies and connections. You see, you are not here to clean up and wipe the bum of others. You understand this? You are here to guide, to shine light, and to be an anchor of love. And to, if they come to you, you may provide assistance and guidance. But we are asking many light workers, many star beings, elemental and earth angels who are here working for the cause of truth, love, abundance, justice, and joy, to remember that they must keep their vibration clean and pure and high, and by carrying the weight of others and acquiring the responsibility of others, this is not going to benefit them, not in the least, dear ones. So we are saying, send love, be love, and understand your appropriate missions, understand what is appropriate for you, and boundaries. Are you overstepping your boundaries? We are saying there are some who need to hear this. There are some that need to hear this as a confirmation that by releasing and allowing others their own space to proceed forward from, that they are doing the correct thing, dear ones. So here you are to support one another, and many of you are finding beautiful gifts and connections. And we are very happy and grateful for this, that you have listened and that you have been guided by not only your own understandings, but answering the call of the heart space. So we are leaving you with this now, sweet ones, with many blessings from the divine on high, with many blessings from the star realms. We will see you next time then. Very well.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Hey.
Hi, Amy.
Hi. I'm just like coming back and getting my eyes open. Hold on.
Right.
I mean, I can talk. The light's always a little bright and just pulling my energy back in.
Wow, so how do you feel?
Good. Like, I remember some of it. Of course, not all of it. Yeah, but good. Yeah, those were some good questions, I think. I remember feeling. I don't remember all of them.
Okay, good. I was a little self-conscious about them.
No, it's so good.
I'm glad. I really love the answers that came through.
Yeah, so thank you. I was feeling a lot of energy moving through when you watched the video. My body was moving a lot. Yeah, they're telling me that there was more of them. So they're saying there was 12 that came in, like all the way in. So all 12 were in my body. Sometimes in the past, yeah. Sometimes in the past it'll be like like maybe 3 or a spokesperson. But the full vibration of the group came in. Of the council came in. They're like smiling and they're saying because they didn't want to miss out. So they all wanted to be here. And also because yeah. And also because what was that?
Oh, I just said I love that. That's so cute.
Yeah, I do too. But I think because too what they're sharing is because the book was mentioned, they were all in the books and they wanted to be here. So that's really cool. Yeah, so I'm feeling like a lot of, I mean from me too, but a lot of gratitude and thanks, like sort of like saying thank you, and that was really, really nice.
Oh, cool. Well, do you feel up for answering a quick question?
Sure, yeah, I'm getting back here, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Because there was one I kind of skipped over, and it was one I talked to you about earlier, because they had, they mentioned they were kind of like, they're ready to move into the next topic. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll save this for Amy to see if she has any input.
Okay.
So it was in the second book, Awakening the Starseed. Oh wait, wrong question. Maybe. Let me go back up.
Yeah, you'll find it.
Oh, okay. So this goes back to the star children, and even they were kind of talking about how the indigos, crystals, and the rainbow children, they're kind of like a frequency or an energetic vibration within one's being. So do you have any input or advice on how anyone, whether they're naturally indigo inclined or not, can help tune into those frequencies to bring in that energy and hold that vibration in their day-to-day life, as well as maybe use it to help awaken their dormant abilities?
Yeah, so I found that through meditating and doing energy therapy, like energy work, having it done on yourself or doing it on yourself, and then also aligning, like asking your guides in the archangel realm or whatever, etheric surgeons or whoever needs to be there to help you just to brighten your field and advance to those levels. So a lot of the newer generations that are coming in are already in tune and aware of their gifts, and they're already like functioning from that crystalline space or that indigo space. But if somebody feels like they've lost their way and they're off path, then there's ways to get back on it just by clearing their energy out. And so, yeah, there's a beautiful group that came in that are here, and those are the crystal children. And they just came in at a high vibrational frequency. And many of them are off of earth beings, is what I'm seeing. So many of them are off of earth beings, meaning that this isn't their, like, Earth isn't their home planet. They're here, they're like visitors, kind of. But they're leading the way. And actually they're saying right now everybody on Earth is a visitor. So, but I guess the way to say that is I see some souls that are new or young, and Earth is their first time in a body. And now there's a lot of beings coming through from other spaces in time that have a higher frequency of consciousness. So there's not a judgment about like their heart and if they're a good person or not, but their consciousness is just elevated at another space. And so they're actually helping those on Earth. And so we're here to help everybody on Earth raise their frequency. And that's why these different groups have come here, was to help the human soul and all of the physical, they're showing me all the physicalities on Earth. So even the trees and the animals, like this influx of star beings, the influx of angels incarnate here is helping reshape and redesign the energetic properties, which is also going to then go in and energetically, well, how should I say it? The energy will then go in and redesign the physical properties to hold more light. So it kind of reminds me of epigenetics, where you have something available to you, but then the consciousness and the energy that is going to come in will turn on those codes and lift you up. So it's just like evolution. We'll lift them up to another space, but it's going to happen physically as well. So so that's why we're here. But so to try and like pull in the highest vibration and light, no matter whatever term or however you want to define yourself, the meditation, the energy work, they're saying, they're showing me prayers. Living in life with blessings coming from your lips is what they're showing. Like living from life, just speaking beautiful things out into the world around you is going to shift the collective consciousness here, and that will also help you and others around. So being aware of your vibration that you're holding and what do you want to hold. They're saying anything you're drawn to, anything you want to do, you can do. So then you just need to start doing it. That makes sense.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, friend, for doing this interview. It was so cool. I just knew you were going to have some awesome questions, and I love that you read both books, so you knew what to like really speak to them about. Yeah.
It's kind of freezing on my end, that's why. So I was like, wait.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So we're speaking over Wi-Fi, that's why, for the recording.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But,
that's why. I like that.
Yeah. So, okay, well, thanks so much. So I'm just going to say goodbye to everybody here. And if you guys enjoyed the messages and the conversation today, if you could leave a thumbs up or a heart, whatever platform it's on. And if you want to stay connected, to just follow the account, because I don't really send out too many newsletters. And if you have any questions, we would love to hear those below in the comments. All right, take care. Bye.